My GF wanted to spend her birthday with her friends instead of me. So I quietly canceled the beach trip I had planned for us without telling her. When she got to know about this, she is regretting what she did. I 25M never thought I'd be in this situation. My girlfriend 24F and I have been together for 3 years, and I was excited to surprise her with a romantic beach getaway for her birthday. But things took an unexpected turn, leaving us both questioning our relationship. It started when I overheard her on the phone with her best friend. "I know he probably has something planned," she said, "but I really just want to let loose with you guys this year. Is that terrible?" My heart sank. I'd been planning this trip for months, saving up and arranging time off work. To hear her so casually dismiss the idea of spending her birthday with me, it hurt. At first, I thought about confronting her, but then I decided to take a different approach. If she wanted to spend her birthday with friends, fine. I'd cancel the trip and let her have what she wanted. Looking back, I know it was childish. I should have talked to her, explained how I felt. But in the moment, all I could think about was how rejected I felt. So I canceled everything: the hotel, the car rental, the dinner reservations. I told myself I was being considerate, giving her what she really wanted. But deep down, I knew I was acting out of hurt and pettiness. The days leading up to her birthday were tense. She kept dropping hints, clearly fishing for information about what I had planned. I played dumb, pretending I hadn't made any special arrangements. "We could just have a quiet night in," I suggested casually. "Or if you want to go out with your friends, that's cool too." She looked disappointed, but didn't push it. I told myself this was what she wanted, even as guilt gnawed at me. On the morning of her birthday, she woke up excited. I gave her a card and a small gift, nothing compared to what I'd originally planned. She thanked me, but I could see the confusion in her eyes. "So, what are we doing today?" she asked hesitantly. I shrugged. "Whatever you want. I thought you might want to hang out with your friends." Her face fell. "Oh, I mean, they invited me out, but I told them I was spending the day with you." The silence that followed was deafening. I could see the wheels turning in her head, realizing something was off. "Did you not plan anything?" she finally asked. I couldn't keep up the charade any longer. "I did," I admitted. "I had a whole beach trip set up, but then I heard you telling your friend you wanted to spend your birthday with them instead of me, so I canceled it." Her eyes widened in shock. "You canceled our trip? Without even talking to me about it?" "You seemed pretty clear about what you wanted," I said defensively. She stood up, anger flashing in her eyes. "So instead of asking me about it, you just made this decision for both of us? Do you have any idea how hurtful that is?" I felt my own anger rising. "Hurtful? You're the one who didn't want to spend your birthday with me." "I never said that," she shouted. "I was just venting to my friend. Of course I wanted to be with you." We argued for what felt like hours. All the little resentments and insecurities we'd both been harboring came pouring out. She accused me of not trusting her, of being controlling. I fired back about feeling taken for granted, always being the one to plan things. Eventually, exhausted, we both fell silent. The weight of what had happened settled over us. "I can't believe you canceled our trip," she said quietly. "I was so excited to see what you had planned." The regret in her voice was evident, and it made my own guilt even worse. "I'm sorry," I said. "I should have talked to you instead of assuming." She nodded, wiping away tears. "And I'm sorry for what I said to my friend. I didn't mean it the way it sounded. I love spending time with you. I was just feeling overwhelmed with work and thought a night out might help me relax." We spent the rest of the day trying to salvage what we could of her birthday. We ordered takeout, watched movies, and talked, really talked, about where we'd gone wrong. As the day wore on, I could see how much she was regretting her careless words. She kept apologizing, telling me how much she appreciated everything I do for her. But I knew I had messed up too, maybe even more than she had. "I wish I could undo it," I told her. "You deserve better than this for your birthday." She squeezed my hand. "We both messed up, but maybe this is a wake-up call. We need to communicate better." In the days that followed, we had a lot of difficult conversations. We realized how many things we'd been bottling up, how many assumptions we'd been making about each other's feelings and intentions. I showed her all the plans I'd made for the beach trip. Her eyes lit up as I described the cozy bed and breakfast, the sunset kayak tour, the fancy restaurant with ocean views. Then they filled with tears. "I can't believe you put so much thought into this," she said. And I ruined it with one stupid comment. We both ruined it, I corrected her. But maybe we can reschedule, do a belated birthday trip? She nodded eagerly, and we started looking at dates. As we planned, I felt some of the tension between us start to ease, but the incident left its mark. We were both more careful with our words, more intentional about checking in with each other. Sometimes it felt like we were walking on eggshells, afraid of another misunderstanding. Slowly, though, we started to rebuild the trust we damaged. We made a pact to always talk things through, no matter how uncomfortable it might be. No more making assumptions or decisions without consulting each other. When we finally took our rescheduled beach trip a month later, it was bittersweet. We had a great time, but there was always that lingering awareness of how close we'd come to ruining everything. One night, sitting on the beach watching the sunset, she turned to me with tears in her eyes. "I'm so sorry I ever made you doubt how much I value you," she said. "This trip, it's perfect. You are perfect. I don't know why I ever thought I needed anything else." I pulled her close, feeling my own eyes get misty. "We're not perfect," I said, "but we're learning. That's what matters." As we sat there, I reflected on everything we'd been through. The pain of that birthday debacle had been intense, but maybe it was necessary. It forced us to confront issues we'd been avoiding, to learn how to communicate better. I won't say I'm glad it happened, but I am grateful for the lessons it taught us. We came out stronger on the other side, more appreciative of each other, and more committed to making our relationship work. Now, as we approach her next birthday, we're both a little nervous, but we're also excited. We've planned something together this time, a mix of time with friends and a special day just for us. It's a balance we've worked hard to find. I know we'll face more challenges. Relationships aren't easy, and we're both still learning. But I'm confident that whatever comes our way, we'll face it together. We've seen how easily things can fall apart when we don't communicate. We won't make that mistake again. As I watch her laughing with our friends, I feel a surge of love and gratitude. We almost lost this, but we fought for it, worked to understand each other better. And now, every day, not just birthdays, feels like something to celebrate. The beach trip that never was became a turning point for us. A painful lesson in the importance of open communication and not taking each other for granted. It's not the birthday memory either of us wanted, but it's one that shaped our relationship for the better. So here's to birthdays, the good ones, the bad ones, and all the ones yet to come. Each one is a chance to show our love, to grow together, and to be grateful for the person we've chosen to share our life with. I know I am.